Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to call the Southside Fire Station Building Committee to order. Today is June 24th, 2025, and the time is 3 p.m. Please note that this meeting is being televised, streamed, or recorded by Bourne TV. If anyone in the audience is recording or videotaping, please acknowledge it at this time. The use of flash photography during Southside Fire Station buildings meetings is prohibited. If anyone from the public wishes to access the meeting, they can do so by calling the following conference line: 1-929-205-6099. The Zoom meeting ID is 856-8029. 6772, and the password is capital letters SSFS. Please note that the Zoom chat will not be monitored. Participants who wish to speak must raise their hand icon until the chair asks them to unmute. All items within the meeting agenda are subject to deliberation and votes. So I'll officially call the meeting to order. We have attendance.
Attendance has been done.
By the clerk. The first item the third item actually on the list. Do we have a architectural update by Mark Sicosio and Associates?
Hello, yeah, we're here. So we've been working through since the approval and moving forward, and we're working through some new designs. What the intent is that at your next full committee meeting, we'll be in with a new concept based on some of the changes that we had discussed earlier on, moving things around. So we're still in limbo in terms of where we're exactly settling in on, so we thought it would be best just to wait till the next meeting so we give you a full-out presentation. And we'll be in person.
Okay. And you're aware of what our next dates are, Mark?
Yeah, we had put it in the calendar. We let's all confirm the next date, but I believe we have it.
Sure. So we'll meet on July 22nd, August 26th, and September 23rd. Just if you want to pencil those in.
Got it.
Great.
Yeah, we were planning on being there in person on the 22nd for a full update.
Great. Okay, we appreciate that very much. Is Rick Pomeroy online?
It should be.
Okay, we'll wait and see if he comes in later. Number 5, the town administrator's report.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I have a couple of items to report out today to the committee. The first is for contracts for Mark and for Rick. I have received their amendments to move into schematic design through construction administration. So I have signed those. They are in the finance director's office. She'll be back in the office on Thursday. She'll certify the funds, and then we'll return those back to Mark and Rick's office. So the contracting is underway for the extended scope to finish out the project. Secondly, we are continuing to work on the demolition. I have received a proposal from an industrial hygienist to prepare the remediation specs for the asbestos. So if you remember, there was glue found between the floor joists and the subfloor. Our industrial hygienist will put together the scope of work so we can go out to bid and hire a remediation contractor to do that limited demolition and disposal of those materials. Once we've removed the asbestos, then ISWIM is on board to schedule the demolition of the building itself. I have confirmed that at our last meeting, if you remember, there were 2 outstanding items. I have confirmed with Mark's office that we should remove the tree, the oak tree in front at this time. So we will have ISWIM remove that tree and pull the stump. We're also going to take all of the pavement out to the back of the curb. So those 2 outstanding questions have been answered. And as soon as we have the scope, or the specifications for the remediation contractor, we'll get that out to bid. And then we'll move forward with the rest of the demolition. So, I don't see any hang-ups as far as the project schedule. We don't plan on bidding the station until February-ish anyway. So, plenty of time for us to still get the building down and keep everything on track. And unless there are any questions, those are the only 2 items at this point that I have to report.
Okay, we do have a couple of questions. Jean?
Marlene, what was the determination that the tree had to go? Because that's a pretty nice oak tree, actually.
The determination that the tree needs to go,
Yeah.
yeah, we need it for the apron.
Yeah.
So we pretty much need that whole frontage for access.
Okay, because that was a nice tree, so just asking. Thanks.
Okay. And I have one quick question, Marlene. On the contracts that you're signing, is that done solely through your office, or does this committee have to vote on them?
No, you don't need to vote on them. They are extensions. The original bid was set up so we could do this in phases once we were sure that the project was funded by town meeting and the ballot. So we're continuing under that original contract, and we're doing the extension. So I am authorized to sign those. The committee will review and approve any invoices that are submitted, but the contracting is already kind of on track.
Okay. And regarding the status of any of the meetings that you've been having with the architect or project manager and the chief, do you want to handle those, or do you want to have the chief just give a quick overview?
I'm happy to defer to the chief and to the architect and Rick when he's able to join us as far as kind of those status updates.
Okay.
But as Mark alluded to, there's a number of things we're still trying to move around, essentially to get the best payment for the operation of the building. So some of that is still in play.
Great, thank you. Chief, could you just give us an overview of what the meetings have entailed in general, so we know what you're discussing?
Yeah, so pretty much we just have a weekly Zoom meeting just to kind of go over where everything is. And part of it was, talking about the, once we finally got the review on how to mitigate the asbestos materials, that kind of stuff. The plan to have ISWIM continue with the demo, removal of the pavement. We're just pretty much going through status update, short meeting every week that we go through that kind of stuff.
Okay, great.
And we've, like Mark had said too, we were kind of working on some of the fine tuning, some of the stuff for the rough concept of the plan.
Great. And you're able to address any of the concerns that you have regarding the interior?
Yep. Yeah, and then as we'll go, we'll continue to bring stuff back. Like they said, next month, we're gonna have the full, hopefully, rough concept of everything, so it'll be good.
Okay, great. Invoices. Marlene, do we have any invoices that you are currently reviewing, or that's anticipated later?
No invoices yet. So once the contract amendments are in place, then Mark and Rick will start sending some invoices.
Okay, great, thank you. Any concerns by committee members or comments from committee members?
Just so we know, so the town has hired a recording secretary. Her name is Kim Johnson, and we started working together starting the last month's minutes, going over it. And so far, so good with her.
Okay.
And she does a nice job.
Great.
Great.
Has some competition.
Yeah, no, that's right. So, I know that on the agendas, we should have the date of the minutes that we're approving, and I didn't get those minutes until, actually today. But we know that they're out now, and Kim is doing them, so going forward, we will have the dates of the minutes that we're actually approving. So, I know every month, there's been, well, not that we had a meeting every single month, but I want to make sure, especially over the summer, that the minutes are at the town administrator's office. You know, my goal is to have them there a week in advance. So what you see here is kind of a template. I think I'm going to use that going forward, because I think for the next 4 or 5 months, these are the topics that we're going to talk about every single month. I'll add the chief just to agenda to give us an update on your weekly meetings and, you know, what you're talking about and that type of thing. So we'll do that. All right?
So Rick is trying to get on to the call. So he's having a little bit of trouble. He said I just resent him the agenda. One of the things I know he was going to talk about is the overall schedule, in keeping with basically what we talked about sort of from day one, long ago. We're about a month behind schedule, you know, so that's good. I mean, we only slipped a little bit. So the plan is over the next 2 months, June and July, to, because we've already started schematic design, and then design development basically August through October, construction documents November to February, and then we're looking to go out to bid right in March of 26. So that's a good, you know, those dates are pretty solid now. There shouldn't be anything that would hold us up from that. Here's Rick now. Rick, I don't know if you can hear me. I just went over the schedule on your behalf. You're muted, but
Yeah.
Rick, can you hear us?
no, you should be able to.
No,
I
it's
just
not.
went over the schedule with the committee, and I told them effectively we're gonna be in on the 22nd with a full presentation of the design at that point. We'll be well into schematic design at that point, and we've updated them on the weekly meetings, and our contracts. Maureen updated the contract, so I'm sure there's something I missed from what you wanted to talk about, so pick it up.
Thank you. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm not able to get in for some reason.
No problem.
But, yeah, so we've had some pretty productive meetings over the last couple of weeks, and we're looking at a lot of the different aspects of the building, but just not ready to present anything just at this time, because we really need to make sure that we have 100% buy-in from the department in our concepts. So I think we're planning on making a personal presentation at the last meeting. Is that correct, Mark?
At the next meeting, yeah.
Yeah.
It's July 22nd, we talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. So today really is, we had contract amendments in front of you, and it sounds like Marlene's already gone through those with you. And I, of course, did not send off the invoices to Marlene, so we don't have any invoices this month.
Okay, very good. Thank you, sir. Any comments from the committee? No? All right. So, on number 8, we'll have Kim's notes. I want to, I spoke to Rob. We're only going to file Kim's notes as the official notes that she writes for the meeting. I don't want two sets of notes, so we're just gonna file one set, and we'll file Kim's notes.
Are we up to date at this point?
We're one month behind.
No, I send you 2 months.
No, I mean from Kim's.
Yeah, it's the 27th of May.
Right, so we have, the only thing that we need is, and we have them already, the meeting, the second public meeting that we had, those minutes are complete, and we'll add those on for next month. And then we'll add Kim's for our official meeting last month, and then this month's meetings.
Super.
And everything else is up to date. Okay? I want to make sure that once we start looking at invoices, that the invoices are included in our minutes, and that we document the number on each invoice, so that we know exactly which ones we're talking about, and which ones were approved. Okay?
Yeah, and Rick, I'm speaking on your behalf, but Rick keeps a good accounting of that as well. So you'll have a monthly update from him that shows what's been paid, what's outstanding. He does a really nice job on that, so you'll have that as well.
Great, thank you, sir. All right,
Thank you, Mark.
Hey, you Mr. Chairman, we're a good team.
Yeah, no,
Rick, you know?
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I'm not sure if Marlene had mentioned, but the hazardous material company is also under contract to, most recently, to develop a set of specifications or guidelines for the remediation of the asbestos-containing materials in the existing building.
Right.
That we're still trying to determine what's the best route to take with the remediation, because it's not as simple as removing floor tiles. It's adhesive that was used in the construction of to bond members. So it means that you can't just tear at the building and demolish it. So we're trying to come up with a creative way to accomplish the remediation first, and then allow the wholesale demolition. But that's still, that thought process is still underway.
thank you, sir. Okay, number 9, our next meeting dates. And we know that we're meeting on the 4th Tuesday every single month. So I put the dates through November, and then as we get closer, either in September, October, we can look at that November date. Shouldn't be any problem with that one. There might be a problem with the December date. So, we can change it when we get a little bit closer. But for planning purposes, these are the dates. If anybody has conflicts with these dates now, let us know. But I'd rather put them in the minutes and leave it on the agenda. Okay? Anything else to come before the committee? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by the chief,
Second.
second by William Dusty.
Yeah, when he shows up.
All right. We have to take a roll call vote. Carol?
I vote to adjourn, and it sounds really good. Everything sounds good, Wayne.
Thank you. Okay. Jean?
Yes.
Dusty?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Deputy? Rob?
Yes.
Chief?
Yes.
And I am a yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.